Namaste children. Today I am going to start the first unit communication skills from employability skills book. In English language already you have learnt about communication skills elaborately. Now I am going to recall that. Communication means sharing of information between two or more people. Okay. Everyone is insisting the importance of communication nowadays. Every day in our school during the assembly time, principal used to say, improve your communicative skill. Like that. Why? Because the communication skill is very important skill. It plays a vital role in personality development. Okay. Come, let us see where they derived this word. Okay. This word comes from the Latin word communicare. Meaning is to share. See, as a student, you may study any language, but it is important that you are able to write, speak, read, listen well to communicate properly. Is it not, children? If you learn many language, it will help you to communicate well with different types of people. Now, I am going to tell the importance of communication. If you share your thoughts, ideas and feelings clearly, it will help you to maintain your relationship in a better manner. Am I right, children? When you are communicating, you will be able to inform a message. You can influence a person. Even you can share your feelings. So, these are the three importance of communication. Let us see the elements of communication now. To communicate, you need two persons. Who are they? Sender and receiver. Communication is a two-way exchange of information. How will you give the information, children? By speaking or writing? So, speaking or writing are the two examples of giving information. How will you receive the information? By reading and listening. So, reading and listening are the examples of receiving information. In this slide, I gave one picture to understand this concept. See that, children. Next, we are going to see the perspectives in communication. Perspectives means what? Perspectives are ideas, views or fixed ways of thinking. These may affect our communication. How? In what way? To explain this situation, I'll give one example. If you have a fixed idea that your teacher or father is strict, even when they are being friendly, you may think they are scolding you, even though they are polite. In the same way, others may also have fixed ideas about you, which affect whatever you say to them. Let us see the factors affecting perspectives in communication. Sometimes we are unable to communicate clearly. Why? Because of some barriers that disturb us to communicate properly. We'll see what are the factors that affects perspectives in detail. Okay. There are 8 factors that affects the communication. First one is language. How it affects? In case if you use incorrect words or unfamiliar language, lack of detail, language can act as a barrier. For example, language can act as a barrier when an Tamilian who only knows Tamil and Maharashtrian who has the knowledge of Marathi only want to interact with each other. Okay. Next factor is visual perception. Visual perception is the brain's ability to make sense of what we see through our eyes. For example, completing partially drawn pictures with visual perception, whereas they may be something else. letting our earlier experience stop us from understanding or communicating clearly. For example, one student got low marks in first periodic test in maths subject. So he lost his confidence in that particular subject and never raised any question in class. So what happens to him? The thought that he got low marks in exams prevented him from asking questions in class. So in this case, his past experience of getting low marks is the barrier. Next one is prejudice. Fixed ideas such as thinking no one in my class likes me, or she is the pet of our class teacher, like that. You may have some fixed ideas that may stop a student from communicating openly in the class. Next one is feelings. Our feelings and emotions such as lack of interest or not trusting the other person affect communication. For example, today is my birthday, therefore I must be very happy. Next one is environment. Noise or disturbance in the surroundings may make communication difficult. For example, talking to a friend in a function where there is loud music being played by the orchestra. Next one is personal factors. Personal factors include your own feelings, habits, and ways of thinking. For example, fear and low confidence may make communication difficult. Culture. Last one is culture. Signs which have a different meaning in different cultures, such as showing a thumb may mean good job done for some people, but may be insulting to others. So we must be very careful. Next, let us see about effective communication. How can we communicate effectively? Only if we follow the basic principles of professional communication skills, it is possible. Let us see the professional communication skills now. These can be abbreviated as 7 C's. What are they? Clear, concise, concrete, correct, coherent, complete, and courteous. These are called 7 C's. Now I will explain all the 7 C's one by one. When you speak to someone, you have to speak clearly. Be clear about what you want to say. Next one is concise. Use simple words and say only what is needed. Concrete. Use exact words and phrases. Correct. Use correct spellings, language, and grammar. Coherent. Your words should make sense and should be related to the main topic. Complete. Your message should have all the needed information. Courteous. Be respectful, friendly, and honest. So, these are the 7 C's which are used for effective communication. So, children, so far we saw the introduction of communication today. Next class, we can see the methods of communication. Thank you, children.